come to try to set the record straight to the state of Iowa, to Johnson County, and of the people that live in this county, and to the world, that I've been railroaded and took advantage of, criticized. All begins when I have 2 children, but I was a single parent. I took care of one child, was my little girl, which her name is Christina Marie Kemp. And that the year of 1991, tragedy happened. I was accused of hurting a child, and when these allegations were said, I went to my attorney to let her know what was being said and what was going on, because this officer called me. I met with my attorney. We made arrangement for my daughter to go to my family for temporary custody till we got this matter settled. 2 days later, because I didn't have nothing to hide, I wasn't going to run because I wanted this matter to be settled. So when I went to Johnson County, I said, here I am. But I had my daughter with my family. My attorney already knew all this because she said to put her in the care of my family. 24 hours later, they came and with a warrant to take my daughter from my family. And only my daughter, not my son or the other children, which was my nephews and that, but only Christina. And that as I was incarcerated for these months, as I was going through the trial, they still would not release Christina to put her back in the custody of my family, because the next day when we went to court, when they came and got my little girl with a warrant to grab her, the next day there was a court hearing, and as my attorney told the courts that they were doing wrong, and that other people that worked for the Department of Human Service, they didn't know what was going on, and she was telling the courts and repeating that you are breaking the law. And she kept repeating that for the records. The documents will show it and prove it. So I went through the trial, and a day before the jury, the last day when the jury went in to come up with a verdict, they came with a paper, the state of Iowa come with a paper to terminate my parental right for my daughter when the jury didn't even have a verdict yet. The next day, the verdict was in. Of all accounts, not guilty. I still see it today. The county attorney threw her books down, was angry. 20 minutes later, my attorney come to me and said, the county attorney told me to tell you that I should leave Johnson County or the state, that I will never get my little girl back. So I went through a few attorneys and was trying to get her back. And I was even on, it was 1995, I was on a silent protest, and KCJJ come to my rescue, and they have the records too, KCJJ does, of the Iowa City station. Because I was put in post in letting the world know that this was a case of abduction, of kidnapping, because that's what I felt. Because they come and got her from my family with this warrant. It was a warrant to arrest her. She was only 3 years old. How can they come and take a family member from the family? When I gave temporary custody to my family through my attorney, and that's what my attorney kept telling the courts, because there was an attorney that went to battle with me, and she believed in me, and she did a lot of research and showed to the courts he has done everything that he was supposed to do. And that when I went to the Supreme Court, there was false information or given to these people, and that there's fraud on court. These people made their own set of rules. How can a person get up on the stand that she was a director for Mecca after the jury said not guilty of all accounts? The next day, went in a juvenile court to get my little girl back. The juvenile court brought everybody that was in the criminal case into the juvenile case. And the juvenile court found me guilty after the jury said not guilty. That is wrong. That is wrong. When the 12 people of our community said not guilty, how can these people that we gave power to keep justice and that to protect everyone, not destroy a family, and to make their own set of rules? And I couldn't understand that. How could they bring the same people in and tried me again? A few years later, I kept fighting, and like I said, I went through a few attorneys. This one attorney believed in me, and she showed everybody. And when the Supreme Court did not took and felt in the favor of Johnson County officials, because they gave these people wrong information.
Thank you very, very much, Ben Kemp. This is the first time you are voicing to the community. We will hear more from you. We will hear more from you. The way you see it, the way they've wronged you, we will see it. We will get to it, for sure. Good afternoon. I want to share with you my experience of going to the West Coast and attending the 50th anniversary of the Aquarian Foundation. Perseverance. After 50 years, we're still here. So I bought a t-shirt, which I did not bring. It's a yellow t-shirt. The one I bought is yellow, and it talks about love. Love is 7 things. Love is patient. Love is kind. Love always protects. Love always hopes. Love always rejoices in the truth. Love always rejoices in the truth. And love perseveres. Love perseveres. I was so thankful for this hand-done, beautiful pillowcase that she made, and I put a pillow inside. And I want to show you a very, very special sacred gift that I received while I attended the 50th anniversary of Aquarian Foundation, AQUARIAN, Aquarian, RIAN, Aquarian Foundation, okay? The Mother Church is situated in Seattle, Washington. It has been there since 1955. Founded by Keith Milton Reinhardt. We call him Reverend Keith Milton Reinhardt. he has been the most scientifically tested adept medium of all times. I will show you various evidences in photos, but this shows up better in the dark, so I wanted to show you some more. This sacred gift is, I'd say about, wouldn't you say it's 2 inches in diameter and 1.5 inches at least in height? It's very beautiful, and it's quartz crystal, and if you will look, there's what's interesting I want to show you in particular. This particular book is not one of the originals, but it is a remade copy. And this particular page I want to read right now, this page 25 of the book, which is called Mahaguru Master Kumara. It says, welcome Aquarians from around the world to the International Intergalactic Banquet Convention, which took place October 31st to November 7th, 1975. This was 20 years old at that point. This is Master Kumara, or Keith Milton Reinhardt. And testimony, this book is testimony of one delegate with ongoing insights by Mary Bassetti from Seattle, Washington, USA. The lady who wrote this book is from Seattle, Washington, USA, okay? She's the person who discovered this verse, which I now show you. I hope you can all see this. This is a special verse. It says, it's from the Christian Bible. It's from Revelations, and it's 2nd chapter, verse 17. It says, he that hath an ear, let him hear what the Spirit saith into the churches. To him that overcometh will I give to eat of the hidden manna, and will give him a white stone. And I will give him a white stone. And in the stone, a new name written, which the man knoweth, which no man knoweth, saves he that receives it. Yep. It's talking about the mighty I am that's within, okay, that shines all through the world. Okay. I want to explain to you this school, this Aquarian Foundation, AQUARIAN, Aquarian Foundation, was founded by Keith Milton Reinhardt in 1955. Mother Church was in Seattle, Washington. It's a mystery school, which is different from the regular churches, because mystery school believes in communicating with spirits, with souls that have passed, have gone beyond the physical, in particular the masters, the ascended masters, of whom Jesus was one of the greatest ones, of course. But there are other masters as well that come through the most scientifically tested adept medium, Reverend Keith Milton Reinhardt. I wanted to show you a little bit about the content so you will have an idea. Mary Bassetti, who says of the insight into psychic phenomena. After many documented experiences, I am convinced of the authentic mediumship of Reverend Keith Milton Reinhardt and sincerity of the Aquarian Foundation as a New Age mystery school. And from many broader sources, books, other mediators, and the experiences of other trusted observers, I am convinced of the existence of hierarchy of master beings guiding us all in a divine plan. I have heard both Keith and the masters lecture on the reasons for the study of higher spiritual phenomena, and they list these three reasons. Number one, to comfort the mourner that there is a life after death. Two, to heal the sick, and to enlighten the truth seeker by teaching the higher, ancient, timeless wisdom teaching. And Mary Bassetti adds some one more. She says, I think I have another reason. She says, after so much experiences with voices, apports, materializations, etc. Voices, she means the trumpet flying around, getting to individuals and telling them stuff. That's when Master Kumara was alive and when they had church services, this happened, okay? Including the apports and materializations of other masters coming through Keith Milton Reinhardt as he was a medium when that happens, okay? So she says, after you've seen so much of this, voices, apports, and materialization, etc., you eventually get to beyond the oh wow reaction. Okay, if we can believe dense ice change into fluid water, then it vaporizes, we can begin to think of life as a continuum of vibrations wondrously arranged in countless octaves. There is no miracles, just the outworking of higher laws. Whether it is spirit materializing, i.e. an apport, or matter spiritualizing, so-called death of the physical body, it is all sacred God stuff in different rates of vibration. Notice Master Kumar, Reverend Keith Milton, how a gemstone, how a crystal is coming out of his mouth, much similar to what I got. Sometimes he would apport necklaces coming out of him and all that. So very interesting. And right here, you will notice the circle of light on his forehead. I don't know if you can zoom in on this one or not, but there's a circle of light around this stigmata on his forehead.